we're going to be seeing here. So what are your expectations?
Already looking. Fracture is in the bans if it's EGs, and Icebox would have been the next. I mean, OPTIC has banned Icebox forever right now. I think there might have been a change a few weeks ago, but that's comfortable bans for everybody to start here under.
Yeah, they have. Now, the ban previous to Icebox last few weeks was Breeze.
Right.
All the time.
That's right.
And I think if you're the best team in the server, you should be banning Breeze away. So EG trying to go over to that Breeze, open up some variance there, I think is really interesting that we start the map off on that one. Of course, going over to Haven next, that can be a Neon playground. We've seen Victor play quite a few different agents there, but I'd like to see the Neon come through from him. And Bind is the only repeat map from the previous showing. They played Bind, Split, Ascent. EG was victorious on Bind, but it was only by 2 rounds.
I actually thought Split would be in there. That it was kind of a toss-up map that we did see EG come away, or OPTIC come away with, I believe. But yeah, to see Bind as the end, will EG be able to flex that strat again to find Ye on the extremities and snuff him out?
Yeah, I'm also pretty sure I'm trolling just slightly. It was not a 2-round difference. Bind was actually the map that they won the furthest. They won 13-8. That was one where Ye was unable to have much impact at all. 14-15 overall. And again, EG stacking their way into sites to make him not have big op value.
Well, I think it goes without being said that we are all looking forward to getting this match started right away. We are going to be right back, but after the fact, or rather after that break, we will have Agent Select ready for the second match of the day between EG and OPTIC, so don't go anywhere. And for us to get our second match underway here at the VCT North American Stage 2 playoffs, and it will be between Evil Geniuses and OPTIC. Now, for our first map for this best of 3, we're going to be landing on Breeze. And I know that there's a lot of conversation coming out of that, but let's start with talking about OPTIC, because it has been quite a long time, Ender, since we've seen OPTIC on Breeze. In fact, it was all the way back during the Masters Reykjavik Grand Final.
Yes, the final map as well, right? This was their permaban throughout the event. I think they've played this map 6 times in the org's entire existence, right? Like, that is absolutely wild.
No
so
vacations.
to see this team go there, that third map, everyone was writing them off in that finals, right? Like, oh yeah, that'll be the map they lose versus Loud for sure. And then they push it to OT, end up taking it 15-13. Weren't doing anything super creative in terms of compositions, but that's the final map they had before lifting that international trophy.
Yeah, seeing the same comps come out on both sides here, Sue, I feel like we have OPTIC defense first, EG on attack. OPTIC are just going to play that way. Marv figures out where the numbers are. Ye will continue to move around the map. He's been so good, like you said, making Rendezvous his own and being able to cover so much.
Now, there is one change from Masters, because it's Ye on
from
Chamber
Masters,
as opposed to the Jet,
that's
right?
True.
Like, Ye has been a Chamber 1 trick for a while now in NA, but at Masters, he was on the Jet. Now, that makes sense because Victor has been playing the dive role for the team, first entry for the team when it comes to hitting a site here, but that's an interesting switch up too, seeing that as well, because Marv was actually on the Chamber back then, so it's a bit of a 3-way swap around with those 3 players.
Yeah, they're feeling it. If Victor goes back to that heavy play style, he can go forward. Obviously, we see Ye. When he was the Jet, it was we need the utility to help him, but the way they flex this now, it's so much more individual play style can shine for OPTIC.
Well, enough from us from here on the desk. It's time to get this first map underway. Let's head over to our casters. It will be Doug and Bala.
Thank you so much, Sue. A lot on the line here. Bala, there's a little bit of history here, namely on the side of OPTIC. 5-0 in rematches. Teams don't beat OPTIC twice in a row very often at all.
No, it almost never happens. I mean, since Ye has joined the roster, you said it, 5-0. And you heard FNS talk about it. He said we weren't expecting it out of EG the last time they played. Well, now you know OPTIC is ready. And so EG has to come out with even better of a performance here in playoffs.
And that's so, tough to say. Obviously, we're still just in the pistol, but Jogamo had himself an insane performance last time, and you wonder, is that something that he can replicate? Looks like he's getting the spike down. You see the rotate coming over from OPTIC as they're going to come in from defender spawn. They have some hall control. Jogamo's already been tagged up pretty considerably. The dash comes through for Victor. Remember, first time Jet playing on that, and he's already been dropped. APOT is able to get a second. This is still dicey waters. This is not over quite yet. APOT to 19 HC is spike ticking away. They've got a little bit of control back in K's, but they're going to have to get through the kills that they had. Calm going down. There's massive. Crashies gets the second, and he gets a defuse. OPTIC take the pistol. EG, Bala, they don't lose those very often either.
No, they won 5 out of 6 in the 3 maps that they played against them. last time around. So one win condition for OPTIC coming into the series was let's convert a few more of those. And so far, so good. And that was a great pistol round from EG as well, even though OPTIC had great success in halls with the finesse and Victor. A lot of people pushed down. It just left Finesse. He got one kill. They fell back and actually retook where EG was playing so well against Ghost, right in that orange box position.
No loose end.
Only 2 players of OPTIC left alive even after that initial duel. So you saw how Victor dashed out right away. That's not something that OPTIC has had since Ye has stopped playing the Jet for them.
Note here for Evil Geniuses, just pistols. Jogmo has a Sheriff. That's the only thing. They're all huddled up in caves. You see that Viper wall come out from Apoth. Finesse is tucked in though. Oh, that dart's gonna give him away. He's in crossfire, but the thing is, Marv is tucked. Look at where he is. Oh, he just peeked out. Chooses not to play that cheeky little angle and backs off.
That's another thing that OPTIC have not been comfortable on, has been putting Marv on actually a controller role on this map. One of the reasons why it's been a perma for them for so long, but 3 weeks in a row they leave it open, and finally EG chooses to challenge them. I think a good choice, but you know, again, the theme is that OPTIC will be prepared. And we know for sure it's going to be something here on Breeze as well.
Victor with the spam on the Marshall. 3rd time's a charm, and the 4th one is 2. And he gets the 5th shot going through. As EG, while it took a bit, it was a bit of a slow burn, but they all fall apart at the end.
Felt like I was watching a different player from a different team. Name 10s. There, I feel like I've seen that clip before.
Are you going to say Heat? Yeah.
Yeah, Heat too.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're putting yourself up with names like that in first 2 rounds of playing Jet, I think you're in great company. That's a great start from Victor. And now we'll go to another notoriously bad round for OPTIC, a bonus round. But thankfully, they've put themselves in a great position economically for it. And EG will have to bust.
3 rounds in a row here that Apoth throws that deep orb to get hall control. The knife is going to spot 2 there.
But I don't know if the spot's actually Victor in this corner.
How?
Shaw! That is so well played from him. Didn't even have to spend his dash to clear that angle. Now Marv gets a challenge.
Here.
Surely Jogma doesn't get away with murder twice. I still don't know how he hit that first shot. He seemed like a dead man walking.
That door's coming open and it's so much pressure, but Finesse immediately responds before they can get past the Viper wall.
Form flashing through. Nade drops out as the spike is going to make its way onto the site. Tom looking to get it down. Ness has been tagged up.
And even though they get the spike down here, EG is immediately going for double flank, 1 through double doors, and a Hall's flank with the Viper. Apoth actually just holding that to play post plan, actually.
He's got 2 mollies. Boostio finding some value in that double doors flank, but he's only good for 1. And here come the mollies. They start to rain through. The first one lands. The second one's going to follow shortly thereafter. And yeah, it doesn't look like OPTIC are going to be able to do much at all.
I love this, though, from Finesse. He's immediately going for more damage. They're saving the guns, but he's trying to cut off the rotates and find Apoth, who is in post-plant land.
You wonder if they're expecting this. How far will they go?
Not right behind the trademark, you don't. Just go for it, though. I think you realize there's 3 players waiting on the other side. Nobody's pushing into spawn, so Finesse makes the call to, let's just take a little breather here. Let's not go for any unnecessary risks. He tried to isolate 1, but timing just doesn't work out for him. And yes, they don't convert the bonus, but they still remain with 2 guns. So while the round win didn't go their way, I'd still take that away as not a complete net loss. They're going right back towards what they did on pistol. The triple push down with a molly shot combination to get Victor again. The deep angle here.
Oh, and Apoth is going to spot it. Just like that, Victor has to drop the Cloudburst and get away.
DJ has not really pushed the rest of the map right now, so ooh, Finesse gets the first as the drone comes out. Gets the timing perfect on the EG. And that leaves Ye to explore in mid.
Oh, Finesse gets flashed. He has to run away as Reform's able to clean him up, and Victor's able to find one right back. And now the Spike's sitting in no man's land. Reform's the only one who's close by. But Vic, oh my gosh, the blades seem to be just fine as the flash. Victor gets a third. Lucio's left alone in this 1v4. And how the heck does he pull this one off? I don't know that he does.
I mean, Victor's playing phenomenal right now. That dash to get the information, he basically confirms exactly what Bucio's doing, and they've got just look at this lineup.
It was like a triple stack, yeah.
Yeah, all four playing a high-low. Never seen that before. And OPTIC has a couple of secret weapons, I think, today. Victor being one of them. This is, so far, so good. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's only 4 rounds. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm overreacting a little bit here, but there's so much to take away from the Jet play overall. The sniper on round 2, the knives working for him. A lot of weird angles that he's playing, and they're playing so well around to set him up. In halls, in caves here, they're going to go for a knife and another push with Victor with this wall that Finesse put straight down the middle.
This is interesting because, yeah, the Suggest are going to want to try to push in, but the Flash, they swing out, they try to catch him, and they do. But Marv's able to get one back. Keep an eye on that cheeky wall, man. I don't know that that's the last time we're going to see that one.
And great patience from Marv as well. Anti-eco aggression doesn't work out, but he stays alive. And there's also no concessions being made elsewhere on the map. Finally, Bucio's exploring in middle. But OPTIC is going to start punishing. You know they will. But for now, they're leaving Victor on this side of the map. Usually, it is the Jet that's going to be exploring a little bit on the other side. And Ye, playing the chamber, cannot go past a certain point. He's tethered to his TPs, so look for that switch later on.
Oh, he's going to get the timing on this. He spots ahead. Patient. Spots a second. His comm is left on an island, but he's able to take care of Ye. Now he can rotate out a bit more freely. Spike is making its way towards the middle of the map. Yeah, you got the Hunter Fury coming out too. Oh, what can he find with that? Tom's able to get one. Finesse is left alone in this 1v3. Note there are 3 pistols on the other side, and the knives get... Did that tag him? I think he got away from it.
And the Thrifty.
He had that Viper. Yeah, he had that Viper's Pit. You know, perhaps there was some room there to make something happen, but ultimately, as you were saying, the Thrifty comes through as EG gets to 2.
Yeah, and Thrifty issues continue for OPTIC. And that is definitely disappointing to see. I feel like for a top-tier team like OPTIC, they should 100% not be getting ecoed as often as they are. It puts a stain on an otherwise amazing team and what they've been able to put together strategically and meta-wise.
You can't help but wonder how much better they would be if they were able to clean that up for as good as they are.
Quiet rounds here in halls, and they've actually posted Ye, who has an op this time. So he's playing that same off angle. He's going to take the challenge against Jaw.
Oh, and it's going to happen again. No, but this time it's Bucio who's the first one there. He's able to rendezvous away. It looks like he wants a little bit more. He's going to double dip. He lands a shot on the Reform. Jogamo swings out, but the damage has been done. The res is going to bring him back up.
Did anybody get there in time to challenge? It doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so.
But look at the flank as well from Marv. He's not looking, and they might fall back into him. 50 seconds left. Plenty of time for EG to rotate.
Oh, he spotted a shoulder.
He's waiting.
Tom knows he's there. Reform swings out. Oh, excuse me. Marv is the one who swings out. He gets a kill on the comm. And now where do they go? You've got Crashies on one side with an op. You're going to have to go back into bridge. This is certainly a unique way to get into the site. And they find the space that they're looking for, at least for now. You've taken care of Crashies, but Victor's just on the other side of this wall. They're going to rotate out to B, though.
Yep. Marv is going to be there in time to respond if they go McDonald's. And Victor's got the angle on the backside, too. A kill for him. And Marv just needs to get one more.
One enemy remaining.
A second, too.
Yeah, Victor might just do it himself. Jogamo's hitting these shots today, man. He's already got 3 on the round. But surely no way that this one happens as OPTIC gets a 4.
That molly as well from Finesse. I think he's throwing that while running and rotating through mid. Not even actually able to see that angle. And it's perfectly timed. It doesn't do anything, but still. The swing from Marv to finish things off. That push, that exploration almost got punished hard. But OPTIC recovered, and they force EG back down to pistols. But already they've won one of these rounds. Now OPTIC have to figure out how to shore up this mistake here. So far on what has been their permaban. I want to stress that over and over throughout this. Breeze entering the pool for them is definitely a new development within the last 3 weeks. PG's just the first to challenge them.
It's early on for now as EG call a timeout, but it doesn't seem like the challenge is working out at all. OPTIC hanging on to a 2-round lead. You know, you go back to that previous round and how EG had to find a different way to get onto a site to try to make something happen. It was really off of the pressure that OPTIC were applying, right? We talked about Marv and his deep flank and ultimately getting the kill onto Calm. You know that there was an op holding up on top halls. Like, they were able to eliminate the options that EG had and force them into a different, more uncomfortable situation. And then ultimately it just kind of fell apart at the end. So keep a close eye on that as well. How much pressure can OPTIC apply to throw EG into plan C, plan D, maybe even plan E?
Yeah, I mean, here's a plan C. We got 3 players on this B side. Victor is playing the angle on top of the ladder block. And Ye has swapped over to this A side. Finesse playing close. They haven't really been able to do a good job clearing this specific cubby on the backside of the bricks. And this time as well, EG choosing finally to go back over towards the B side. They ended there in the prior round, and the Thrifty, they were going to end there if they didn't end up eliminating everybody. But this is the first time they're choosing to initiate the execution on this B side, and OPTIC is calling it wonderfully.
Marv holding the angle that they presumably will be walking in from. You've got the tour de force in the hands of Bustio as they try to explore elbow. Along with Dragoma, who's taking some space in halls.
He could be a big fake here. He could blow this all up if OPTIC bite. He just gets shut down. The door was open for Ye.
Now they're going to try to funnel in. Victor's there to greet them. He's able to take care of one. Crashies takes care of another. Marv flashes, swings out. You know, Bali, you were the one talking about how OPTIC seemed to struggle in situations like... Okay, well, let's not count him out quite yet. 14, 13 seconds.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? You talk about things that we need them to shore up. That's one of them. Get out of these rounds that you should conventionally be winning and do so in a clean fashion.
Sure, but still, 1-1 is not a good record. And that will end up costing them over the longevity of an entire series. Regardless, still, you're right. That was clean. I'm also very impressed by the way that Marv is playing with the KO. The flash there for both Victor and Crashies to follow up on that setup. And they're going to stick with the 3-2 with Chamber on A. And this is what I was talking about. Victor exploring. He puts the Cloudburst down to dodge the dart. And Bustio's in trouble. This is on the angle that he'll fall back into.
Took a little damage. Does he know that Bustio's there? Oh, he does. The rendezvous gets him away. Victor has to fully swing a 180, and Bustio re-challenges. Victor wins that out.
But still on the other side. Breaks that, actually, so he can dash away. Good nade as well. Door comes up, but Ye re-clears immediately and completely sees that he's not continuing to put up the relentless pressure through halls.
Apoth on 50-50 here, depending on which way he swings. Ye would have had a shot at him. He's heard him
Saw him.
I think he's heard him drop, and the angle was there, but Ye clean with the aim yet again. And this looks like it's getting out of hand here. Console 1v4. Way too much to do before him as OPTIC gets to 6. A 4-round lead here in the opening map.
And they're handling almost everything that EG has thrown at them so far. This Hall's pressure is really the only thing that EG has gotten a lot going for with them. And Jaw has been, I said it already, relentless in going for that push. But ever since Ye has been the guy to receive, it's been so much harder for him to get the same value.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it was just that one duel against Victor that he was able to win out. Other than that, it feels like it's gone OPTIC's way.
Now I'm looking at, we're looking at another light buy here from EG. Something else to note too. 2 big ults that could swing this. Whoa, he's all the way out. There's nobody here. But he's dead already.
Yeah, talking about just dash forward into his death.
Spike planted.
Ye holding down halls. The flick out from Ye. The guy just doesn't miss very much at all.
The angle from Boostio to catch Victor. He knows he's going to want to come through tunnels. But it's so slow.
And they're so outnumbered. They're so outnumbered and they're so outgunned, but perhaps Boostio can swing this thing back. It's a 3v2 here. He has the Headhunter Victor on the other side of the wall. The spam! Victor's able to land it. Both members of EG fall. OPTIC get the defuse.
Now this is starting to look like a very dominant half from OPTIC. And again, out of all the things that EG have thrown, they've gone A. What? Out of every round where they've committed to a site before they get an advantage, it's been A. Only one time have they gone B, and they got completely wiped out.
And they haven't done much mid exploring either. Yeah, it's been pretty one-dimensional.
Now to note, EG does have a big ult here with the KO ult, the no command, but look how OPTIC is reacting to this. They're going to go right aggressive again without that same Viper wall. So it's not as easy to note that it's coming, but instantly off barrier. A flash, a dash pops here from Victor.
Oh boy.
The
That
execution.
could have been something. Yeah, that could have been something really cool.
He's going to get away too. Nobody's punishing from the other side of cave. Oh, a flash primed for Finesse as well. Jogamo. As that smoke falls from Finesse. There it is. It's thrown. Beautiful.
So good, man. And now note here that Victor is tucked into that wall, into that little cubby that we've talked about a couple of times. They have not really found a ton of value out of here yet, but it's like a trap, right? You just lay it in wait. It's caught. I think he hit his cape. That one wasn't a cape shot.
They are abusing so many of the holes right now on EG's approach to this game. The flank on B are starting to get value. That's 2 rounds in a row. One time it was Victor, one time it was Ye. And Boostio can't do it all by himself.
Boostio here with the op. Not
30
really in a
seconds
position
left.
to be able to save it either. He's surrounded. You see it on the minimap. Forms down to 6 HP. Even if they try to get away, you've got Crash Use who's taking space. You've got Ye who's got him boxed in as well. There's really no way out. There's no way but through if they want to try to keep these weapons, if they want to try to have a round at this. But Crash Use gets the timing just right.
Enemy remaining.
And the onslaught continues.
This is brutal.
Yeah, it's ugly.
And we just saw Finesse get such value against Jaw. And this is what I love about OPTIC right now. They're setting up Finesse to fight Jaw. And he is actually having such great success in duels just like that. He is 4-0 in first engagements. Out of 8 first kills that OPTIC have gotten, Finesse is farming them.
And that's, you know, that's concerning because, truthfully, Finesse has been on the receiving end of a lot of criticism on his time as on OPTIC and his inability to frag, but he seems to be doing just fine right now.
Here's the KO coming out. And immediately dashing out, but Ye's
There's another. Finesse just got another opener. Ye's able to get the second. He looks like he's lined up to get the third, but no, Reform trades it out.
The flash was good from them, but they're just not able to actually punish Ye. There are more trades going down. And this Hunter's Fury is not actually going to get value. The problem here is they have to get the spike in fast, and Calm does retrieve it, gets it back into the pit. But they're surrounded on all sides. And this doesn't even give them a fallback angle into main.
And Calm has the Hunter's Fury, but there's no safe place for him to back up to because Victor's on the flank. You called out the flank from B in the previous round and how effective it's been for OPTIC. There it goes. It strikes again. Apoth was 11 HP, trying to keep himself alive. He's able to take care of Marv, but the spam comes through as OPTIC get to 9. Unreal.
This is so dominant from OPTIC. And unfortunately, EG takes the bait on Breeze. And they're going to have to really have more cooked up on the next couple of maps. This isn't over. We could go to a 9-3 curse.
Oh, you're a believer now, huh?
To touch back on the finesse conversation, though, he gets a lot of criticism, but this stage has been his best improvement ever. And at Reykjavik, he had a great performance as well.
Yeah,
it wasn't something where we were like, oh my goodness, this guy, oh, he's an IGL, let's give him an excuse. No. He's improved by over 30 ACS this stage. And it's clear, even just by the eye test alone. Just by this game alone.
Yeah.
Blocking sight.
When you've got a machine like OPTIC clicking on all cylinders, where you have setups for finesse to get these kills and get these openers on the duelists on the side of EG, that's a scary prospect.
Just this comp in general is a scary prospect. Now, watching Victor do what he does, and then seeing Ye get completely unpunished on an angle that he misses the shot on, it's just terrifying because there's now two players who have an escape mechanism who are so good at taking smart engagements.
Here.
The Viper's Pit used by Finesse at the beginning of the round to deny any easy entry from A main from Caves. Once again, EG start to explore halls. You can tell, you see the ping on the minimap just on the other side of the word, perhaps expecting someone there, with a trademark either way. Door goes up, the spam comes through. Oh my gosh, I thought the knife was gonna hit. Victor still in a position where he has to dance around, try to challenge. And he gets away with another one. Just two left on the side of EG, make that one. His reforms left in a 1v4. 24 armor. Spike nowhere near, 13 seconds left. He's able to get a consolation prize and kill onto Marv, but the flick from Ye, a 10-2 half from OPTIC. This is a slaughter. No matter how you cut it, we're going to halftime. We'll be right back. Stat for OPTIC fans, 5-0 in rematches after they've lost one. Either they take it personally, they're offended, I don't know what it is, but Bala, it seems like it's a lot of the same hurt that OPTIC are inflicting on EG right now. A 10-2 half. EG just looked absolutely befuddled on attack.
Yeah. I mean, if this isn't MJ energy, I don't know what it is. This is so insane on so many levels. And even in that last round, Victor, the way that he played the knives with his Vandal as well, he used the Vandal first and then went for a fadeaway knife shot. I mean, come on, he's showing me new things on Jet. Like, it's unbelievable.
Now, OPTIC on attacking side, leaning towards B. You see this 4-stack coming up towards elbow. Bucio's there on the other side with a Headhunter. And he's going to get challenged by Victor. Who else? 16-7. I believe that's 17-7 now. He gets traded right back.
Here.
Oh, still here. He can fight through this wall. Timing is good. But he's just getting run sprayed by a ghost from Marv.
I mean, what do you do here, bro?
Look.
Let's talk about the win conditions here for EG, right? They needed to be winning pistols. Won 5 of 6 in the last series. Their duelists needed to pop off. Jogamo had himself an insane series. It's been a slow start so far. Now we've seen him lose yet another pistol. They're still, or at least, they still got a chance at this. Oh, I may have just jinxed them.
That's a big jinx. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was. That is a caster curse.
They just responded with the most. You did that to me, Marv? Okay. Nah, John told him, yo, just run spray these guys. You guys all have ghosts. Just run spray them. So we do go 1-1, okay? And EG not down and out just yet. We were talking about, you know, finesse and the way that OPTIC is playing. How Victor just challenged Boostio dry and gets the first kill there. OPTIC on Breeze is showing us so much good stuff. Now on the attack side, though. This is where they don't have to show much, but they've got to show a little to close this game out. OPTIC is not a team that ends up throwing too many leads, even with a lot of the issues that they have, just because they're so good, not only in pressure situations, but in the important ones too, gun rounds.
Yeah, he gets a bullet buzzes right by his ear. As you see, Victor has a Marshall of his own. You hear the door change up, and you already, Bala, you see the difference in how Optic want to approach this attacking half relative to what EG were doing. This is much more spread out, much more test the waters, apply pressure from different areas of the map.
This.
Yeah, you see how they started rotating just off of that wall, yeah.
Yeah, but they realize there's nothing else to it.
Mm-hmm.
So Ye's not actually able to catch any rotators in there. Kind of wary to this now as the double door push comes through.
Formed a cheeky spot too. Oh, but Ye, the door goes up and he's able to get the kills. He's trying to find a second. It's APOP, too many targets before him. Optic are winning this thing back. It's a 3v2. Note that Com still has the Bulldog. He's rotating over late. Finesse will be able to get the timing. Now you have the pressure being applied the other way. Boostio's able to land that shot. 2v2. Crashy's upgraded Spectre. Spike ticking, and look at him.
One enemy remaining.
Big kill out from Com. Crashies is so good in these instances. No armor, though. Here's one. Swings out. Not able to get the kill. Boostio switches over to the Headhunter, drops Crashies. They're going to get the defuse. EG are going to get to 4.
Close try. But does not pan out, even though Ye gets 2 kills with a classic after missing his Headhunter shots.
The better gun, obviously.
Yeah. Interesting thing about it, I was waiting for that win actually from Optic because they're a team who doesn't really go for any sort of eco round wins. I mean, they're very, very conservative with their spend on the eco rounds compared to other teams who are buying sheriffs, marshals constantly, sometimes forcing bulldogs and stuff like that. And as a result, they're only 2 for 23 in eco round attempts. So for them to even get close to me right there, I was like, okay, they're really looking to close this out. But such value, and they've nullified EG's bonus right here.
Yeah, I'm no mathematician, but 2 for 23 doesn't sound very good.
They're eco rounds, but yeah, it's not. Some teams are up to 25%, right?
Double push here into halls. Oh, the timing. He spots one. The dash forward out from Victor because why not? He's able to take care of Com. Spike still hasn't made its way out. It's still playing back by spawn, but you're seeing some of the rotations being drawn out. You have 2 members of EG who are still posted up back A.
And there's still so much time for them to even poke another place.
Yeah.
And look at this. Reform's trying to close the door back. If he went for a clear there onto Ye, he definitely would have been paying the price. Dodges the knife, though. And that might put Jaw in an awkward position where, yeah, he's rotating off. There's nothing here. The trip is on B. He could get free reign on either side right now. It's just up to Ye to choose.
Oh, Ye's about to commit an assassination here. He's able to get the first. Maybe not wise to the fact that there's a second back there. But he's expecting Jogamo to swing out, and Jogamo wasn't running headshot. I don't think he stopped. Lucio's left on the site here, and he ultimately falls. There's Jaw. He's now starting to show up. He's been the bright spot in an otherwise dark breeze for EG. And he falls too. Finesse able to clean him up. The spike gets planted, and it's all onto APOP. He's been phenomenal for EG this stage. But the heroics required to win this round are nothing short of Herculean. The flash, the swing, it's too easy. Optic got to 11.
And they are really starting to force a lot of mistakes out from EG. Up to this point, I was saying, yeah, this is mostly just Optic brilliance. And the way I phrase that still means that they're doing something right. But EG, there, the way that Jaw rotates because the knife doesn't spot Ye in the tight corner that he is, they're not accounting for that slight thing where they're like, yeah, okay, they could be there, so let's make sure we do the due diligence and check it. They get the flank off. And they get the fake off. And that was something that, you know, EG has experienced so far. You mentioned bright spots. It really doesn't feel like anybody's showing up. Jaw specifically, yeah, he's hitting shots. But he's still 11 and 15. They're still down by 7. And on this attack side is when I think Optic's strengths really, really start to come out I mean, we saw it on the defense, the way that they were swapping Ye and Victor around made it so hard for EG to find any solace. And I think that's something that they're used to since the last series. Com said it in the pregame, said they have a lot of misdirection out of all the teams in NA. That's what makes them really difficult to deal with. And that right there was a prime example of it.
Well, it feels like, I know you've been crunching numbers, it really feels like everyone is winning the first duels on the side of OPTIC.
Yep.
You want to
Not a
play?
single.
Let's
Only
play.
Marv just lost one. Like he's negative. He's -1. Victor's +2. He's lost 2 duels. The rest of them are flawless. Yay with 3. Finesse with 5.
Feels strange to say this, but this 11-4 almost doesn't really feel as indicative, or it doesn't really indicate how dominant of a performance it's been from OPTIC.
Yeah, I mean, because they lost 150 round.
Yeah.
They lost a pistol. And that's normal business for OPTIC. So, yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel as dominant as it is. But note as well that they are forced to eco here. EG is, because of the success that they had against their anti-eco. It might be happening again. APOT's already got the first kill in this round with just pistols. They still have knives online from Jaw, and he's dashing forward! And they've done it again. EG pulled off a thrifty against OPTIC. And they just don't feel comfortable against pistols, I guess. Like, this is ridiculous.
That happened so fast, too.
And we didn't even get to see Bustio there, who pulled off 2 headhunter shots from the back of sight.
Well, the one good thing from here is that if you're an OPTIC fan, they're back on their guns. Things should be okay. Victor's got the Blade Storm to work with here. While EG are able to carry, they've got the Operator in the hands of Bustio. Rifles and armor the whole way.
They also have the no command from Marved. So they'll stay back at the beginning, but he's primed the way they've thrown their orb this round and haven't committed their wall anywhere. To potentially go for an A-split lead, but
no.
Victor dashes, he still gets the kill though.
Of course he does.
They're trying to pull a book out of page out of OPTIC's book, the way that they were playing the defense, opening up that door, but Victor punishes him. Ooh.
Nice little shot out from Bustio. To take care of Victor. He still has that Operator in tow. Com took a considerable amount of damage there. The nice thing about it, and Finesse has been doing this really this entire half, is the late wall. Now it goes down. And off of that form drops an 8. He's got the knife too. It should get a little bit of info. It spots 1, but that's all it is.
No, but it suppresses Marv. You can't use the no command now on the site, so they have plenty to make this space work for them.
The nice thing is he still had to get the spike down, so he's able to take care of that, but Jogamo's on the flank. He's able to drop him! The second shot goes a bit wide as he dashes across. 4v2 here, as this would be absolutely insane. Finesse, again, seems to have Jogamo's number, gets another kill. I'm just on the other side of the wall.
No flash to
Game
get
of chicken. Who swings first? The wall goes down. The kills go through for OPTIC as Crashies does it. That was a 2v4, Bala.
They just pulled around back
Match point.
in a man-down situation, a 2-man-down situation, and they made it look like they were the ones in advantage. Look how well they play this. Forget this kill. Yeah, it was really nice from
Yes.
Victor.
Look how well they play this.
But look, the fact that they're both double pushing back right before EG is able to make it through the wall, the fuel timing for Finesse to get back across when EG's the one ready to step through on 3, 2, 1 count. They just know exactly what's happening. And EG's forced to go for an all-in piece here. I thought actually Bustio was going to walk down elbow with Jaw.
Trap destroyed.
Jogamo's taking some space mid. You heard the tour de force from Bustio.
We saw this story on Pistol. I mean, Victor just walked up and killed Bustio. There could be a flash as well.
Crazy thing is if EG were to win this round, this would be the first gun round that they've won. The entire game. All of them have been pistols, they've been ecos, all sorts of nonsense, right? Like anti-bonuses. This would be the first gun round that they'll have won. Viper's Pit out from Finesse. They've taken some control B. You see the swing out from Marv. He has the spike. And Calm. Oh, surely.
Just getting decayed when he walks into this. Only going to be having like one shot.
Finesse tucked in the shock dart at his feet. Yeah, looking to do some damage. Nice flash out from Reformed. Swing out. 3v3 here. You still have to deal with the Viper's Pit, and the spike hasn't been planted. Are they going to pull out? Oh, running for the fences. Oh, they spammed it through the wall. It's a 3v2 now. The thing is, there's no time for them to rotate back. They have to commit to B, and you're going to have to take care of Reformed here, Finesse. It looked like he was thinking about it. He wanted it. The swing out, Reformed falls. 10 seconds left. They're going to get the spike down. Apot is going to have to do it himself. 6 seconds. The spike's down. Spots crashes. Tries to spam through. He has an ult of his own. Keep that in mind.
No time to use it.
One enemy
The sweet
remaining.
peek, he swings out, he gets into a 1v1, but Crashies does not lose those! 13-5 is OPTIC take Breeze.
And it was so easy for them too. I mean, that was a masterclass.
Yep.
And that's not even a map that they've been playing, they've been challenged on. They just prepped it, and it clearly was a secret weapon. Victor was a monster. Everybody was a monster. I mean, they were playing on all. Everybody was playing for each other. Even in that last round, you see how they're re-clearing elbow. They get that spam. I mean, what is that? This is an OPTIC that is scary. This is an OPTIC that clearly is going to Copenhagen, in my mind.
EG again did not win a single gun round. Let that sink in. 13-5 is OPTIC take map 1, map 2 on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone, to the VCT North American Stage 2 playoffs, where we just wrapped up the first map of our second match of the day between Evil Geniuses and OPTIC Gaming. This first map was on Breeze, and we saw quite a lot of action.
Flying.
Appreciate the sound effects. Yes, a lot of players were flying. Notably, we saw Victor flying as we saw him on the jet, and it has been a long time, Ender, since we've seen Victor on jet. In fact, the last time we saw him play jet was December 2020, which in esports years is basically a decade.
Baby.
Yeah, that's literally before Valorant Champions Tour existed. We had this little thing called First Strike back then, like no big deal. But no, Victor came out and looked very solid on it. And again, he started on defense, so his role wasn't quite to be like the entry player for the team. We got to see a little bit more of that on the attacking side. But in typical Breeze fashion, if you have two very strong contact players in the jet in the chamber role with the operators in hand, you are going to do very well for yourselves. This Breeze map is one that OPTIC have banned so much in the past, but like they proved against Loud, that doesn't mean they can't play it. Because they have very good players in those op positions, they're able to still take you down.
And when they were able to avoid Victor, they found FNS. Like, he's on the other side, be like, okay, we're just going into the controller. It's going to be okay. FNS was there. We saw multiple times where he would get utility over the back. They were promoting FNS to move forward and take positions. The entirety of OPTIC looked really well oiled coming into this game. And I don't think it affected them. That there was a bit of a change, and it was back to Breeze.
Yeah, and I think it was really important, too, like FNS sort of anchoring sites for OPTIC,
Absolutely.
specifically against Jogamo, because Jogamo is one of the most impressive dive players in North America. The space this guy can create, both with and without the dash, is impressive. So the fact that FNS was taking him down as the side anchor, I think 3 times, had that first kill against him on this defensive half, like that is so important to shut him down, because we saw so often these hall pushes attempted by EG. That's something OPTIC definitely picked up from EG's game against Ghost the other day, is that they love those Among Us halls, as Potter would call them, and I think we saw, again, OPTIC shut that down so many times.
Indeed. What are you even supposed to do, Riv, where you have FNS stepping up and winning so many of those duels and getting first kills, but on top of that, you also have Victor and Ye stepping up as they normally do as well?
I mean, it's hard for me to say, right, because the pros couldn't figure out what to do, but looking at that, they couldn't do the avoid strat. They couldn't pummel a site because the retake of OPTIC was too good. I think this is one of the first times in a few weeks we've actually seen EG without an answer for what was happening on the map, and that's kind of weird thinking of how fast they've been evolving as this squad. So looking at where they might be able to go or what they might have been able to do is really go back to pinpointing all 5 in that death ball they work with, anchoring each other on the trades and maybe swarming Ye and finding him next time, and just like they did on Bind in their win.
Well, they're going to need to find an answer as we head into our second map of this best of 3, and it's going to be on Haven. This was the pick from OPTIC Gaming. Of course, Haven was the map where we infamously saw Victor bring out that neon and make everyone gape, as I know you did.
Sure.
Gape. So what are your initial thoughts knowing that's our second map for this series?
No, Haven's a really interesting one because this has not been a map that either team has played a ton of recently. OPTIC played it up against Cloud9 in the main event here, and we're actually able to implement the Fade and Raze into that composition. Before that, they played so much of it during Stage 1 through Masters with Victor on the neon. That was really effective, so I think OPTIC maintained some flexibility here and some mystery as to what they'll play. Whereas Evil Geniuses haven't actually had this locked in until you go all the way back to the qualifiers to get to the main event here. And they were playing that double flash comp with a Jet still that's a little bit more old school that C9 and Guard were playing so much of towards the end of Stage 1. So I'm expecting them to come in with some pretty big innovation.
Well, we have Agent Select coming up in just a second here, but Riv, I know
Hit
you
me.
like to think about the compositions as we head into Haven. What are your expectations as far as what we're going to be seeing from the side of Evil Geniuses as well as OPTIC?
I want to get some breach in here. I want them to be able to shut down the vision of OPTIC if they're going to do it. I also love to see the Fade play get integrated into here because any map that you can throw over, kind of put the utility right in someone's face immediately, like at long A, as you're going up into C over default, is super effective. And I think Fade is still evolving for teams coming into these maps. So to see it back on Haven for EG, or not see it back on Haven, but to see it for EG would be awesome to evolve into that, bring the breach out, and just go back to their force pressure and break down some doors.
Yeah, and EG are no strangers to playing like the Fade and Race. It's just been so long since we've seen them on Haven that it's hard to know exactly what they want to implement. Honestly, if I'm OPTIC, I might try to go back towards the neon, you know, maybe anticipating some of the changes EG might make in the comp, like trying to beat the timings of a breach concuss or a Fade sees. Like neon can be so effective at that, and Victor in this dive role has been so good. He's really leveled up his play on agents like the Raze or the neon in particular,
or the Jet.
where he was the Jet now too. He adds one more into the category. This guy just continues to be one of the most flexible players in North America.
It's true.
Well, we now have the Agent Select ready in front of us, and as we start seeing the picks come out from these players, Riv, what is going through your head?
Sorry. We already see Astra and Breach. It means Fade Raze.
Yep, there it is, locked in. So that's the forward movement, right? I cannot wait to see all the utility combinations we'll get. You should still see that, mostly from Victor being that initiator, but look for EG to try and get the util combination together. If not, it could fall apart. That's what makes it difficult.
Exactly. I think if EG are going to learn anything from the team they knocked down to the lower bracket, it was Ghost Gaming. It's finding those trap plays early in rounds. They start on defense, and you have so much utility to try and play retake with as well. You can really lean towards either C-long, grass, A site, like play towards one of those very aggressively in the early rounds. Try to catch out Victor, because if Victor falls, the rest of the round is going to slow down so much from OPTIC.
At the side of OPTIC, you always get Ye. He's going to be on the outside. The Astros come back into play, which means that it's going to be a lot of cross-map play. I think that also leads into OPTIC being able to move slowly, encroach back into sight for post-plan. So we may see them actually let EG run a bit of this like havoc game and say, okay, your util's gone, you've broken the site, we're going to break you down again. So maybe that's a style that they try to go with, knowing that EG is going to be coming out a little stronger.
Well, now the compositions are locked, and we are going to get ready to head into our second map of this best of 3. It will be on Haven. And the casters to bring the series to you will be Doug and Bala, so take it away.
Sue, thank you so much. Ball, you're getting a little chilly there, I can tell. Because OPTIC have just been ice cold. I hate myself for what I just said. That was so bad.
I hate myself for making you do that. No, we're going back to Haven, and this one's interesting because there's a slight tweak in this Neon comp that's coming back out from OPTIC, and we're seeing, Finesse not on Breach. And Victor, the way that he was playing this was significantly with Breach's help with the fault lines down this A long, but it's consistently a battle towards this A side. And right away, we're getting this combo that could be treacherous from EG.
I suppose the treachery was met on either side. His kills go back and forth. Tom's taking a little bit of damage. He's got the flash. They swing out through the smoke and surprise. Everyone's there, and EG are getting all the kills that they need. But with that, it's still 3v2, and it's still a winnable situation. We saw a couple of tour de force shots go just a tad wide. But ultimately, the last one hits, and that's the one that counts.
And let's see. If I wanted any players alive still in a pistol round for OPTIC, it'd be Ye and Marked. He only has one headhunter shot, though. He'll pick up a ghost, so that nullifies that entirely. The controller with the sentinel on both sides.
You have to be so quiet. No idea of where anyone is.
Yeah, they're just gambling, hoping that OPTIC is going to choose to come back towards this. They have the trademark inside of Garage to give them a little bit of semblance of security, when that's typically the fast rotate option when you're coming off of A. Go back towards C.
30 seconds
They
left.
do choose wrong, and this is a long run, so OPTIC have all the time in the world to reposition. And actually, that smoke that APOP put down to help Boostio in that corner not get peeked from a long push might be his last smoke. I'm waiting for the recall to come back potentially, but I don't think there is one. So they could play this as a long plan.
While Marv still has 2 stars.
Yeah, there is no star here from APOP. They can't smoke. Oh, no, it's already down on long.
Yeah. And that's been there. That was there before the rotation happened. Now you see the 2 stars from Marv come through.
They're making it look like it's playing for long. They're making it look like they're both down there, but they're right here in Garage. Thankfully, Boostio goes up on that angle. He's going to take it, but that's a 2v1 and the
Now
pull.
Gravity well. He got it to half, though. He's going to have to win at this gunfight. There's just not a lot of time. Ye swings out. Or Apoth. He was a sit and duck. OPTIC take the pistol.
And a lot of people might look at that and say EG misplayed, you know, the fact that they're not rotating, spreading out, trying to find out where they're going to actually choose to go. But you have to remember, OPTIC has a lot of choices there, and EG's choices are not good, right? To split up against 2 players like Marv and Ye is a recipe for disaster. So I honestly like the way that they played that. OPTIC just played it to perfection.
Which has almost become commonplace with OPTIC in the last couple of months. Again, you see this aggressive look towards A long. It's a 4-stack this way as you see the fast lane go up. The Trailblazer try to provide some safe cover, but Jogamo wanting to go hunting. He's pushed into it. He's pushed into it! And he drops, but Reform's able to get one. Ultimately falls as well. So the site goes in favor of OPTIC. Calm was trying to find some space to work with. Had no idea there was someone behind him, and now only 2 remaining members of EG will arrive to the site just a bit late.
And honestly, I like that approach from OPTIC against EG. It's not a team that's going to be relying on, you know, gun buys or shotgun buys close range on rounds like that to try to get some value out of the low economy. So just brute force your way onto site against what's going to be classics from EG. If that makes sense. So, converting on the anti-eco, now they're up with a bonus. Only 1 rifle in the hands of Ye. And they're not going for that A-long take. For good reason. I think they 100% expect Jaw and Reform to pair up with the Season 8 combo. And instead, they'll challenge Apoth at long C right off the rip. And Garage. Boostio's already gone. They're just going for the patented C-split.
Taking it, but how much can they find? Victor already diving his way in, didn't check logs, and that's exactly where Boostio was. The kill get traded back. Apoth on the other side of the smoke, he swings around, he's able to land the shots. Boostio gets 3. As Crashies is left alone. He's not going to be able to do it. EG are on the board.
And that is something that EG has to be able to do just that against. That C-split from OPTIC is such a threat, and it leads into that misdirection that Calm was talking about FNS being so good at. Because it's so powerful, and they will go to it in rounds just like that where they have a gun disadvantage. And now they'll go back to it. Let's take a look at this Season 8 combo. It's paired with a fault line as well from Calm.
This will be the first time really it's pushed into it. There's the C's, there's the nade, but he's already gotten past it, man. Victor
way
just
past it.
zooms way past it. Yeah, and he's able to get one. Tagged up, performed. Ultimately falls.
At the same time, they're pressuring back towards Garage. They net themselves a little damage on Boostio. And also the trademark kill. He's locked out of the site. There's nobody here because they saw from Victor's death 3 players over towards that A side. So they know B's open. That's an instant rotation from OPTIC. And it works out beautifully.
Aftershock comes through just a bit late. The swing there was enough to take care of Crashies, but Finesse drops him right back. Marv has taken window control. This is such a difficult spot for EG to get back into. Boostio's weak. Good idea of where Finesse is, and he's right. But even with that, it doesn't matter. 2v2 here, and it almost doesn't feel like that, really. Boostio's 15 HP.
One enemy remaining.
Almost unwinnable for Apoth.
Would have been winnable if he got that kill.
Yeah. You're right. Had he gotten that kill, there was a chance at something there, but
Yeah, that was the
ultimately not
biggest
the case.
opening. Marv was not even looking at him. He was hands out. Giving him a free shot. But while Optic might not be good at converting bonus rounds, they are phenomenal in the round that follows, as long as they don't do too much trolling in the anti-eco. Once again, so well played from Finesse in the back of sight. EG, unfortunately, trying to stop this A push from Victor and trying to stop the garage pressure
uh-oh.
from Ye. They didn't have any utility, and it might be one of those situations unfolding again as they are on a light buy. And instantly Optic gains control of this A long side.
They had Boostio there with the Tour de Force.
They're
Really,
going
the
for
one
this.
weapon that they brought into the round, instantly nullified. With that utility, Reform tries to go hunting, gets a little froggy. Boostio trades it back. Lands there. Oh, the smoke is going to cut off any line of sight he may have had. They have to know he's there.
Spike planted.
Going to have to clear him out. Yeah, you see,
Oh,
Crash
yep.
starts to rotate back. Victor's able to clean him up.
Finesse with the plant got his no command there. I was waiting for the knife to come back up to punish Boostio, because he had to use his TP before any of that went down to get back to his teammates. Such a powerful tool, and I think big reason for the KO pick here.
One enemy remaining.
Spam through. Marv not able to land shots the first time around, but the second time works out just fine as Optic get to 4.
Really well played there from Optic to clear out the big problem, which was Boostio. I do like
Right
the
off the bat, too, man.
I love the re-exploration, though, from Boostio for them to even get that kill onto Ye.
Yeah.
Yes, they lost, who was it, Jaw probably? First to Ye's Vandal.
All set up.
But the other problem is they didn't have anybody to actually capitalize on killing Ye, right? There was nobody actually pushing down mid to be able to flank, anything like
Right
that.
there.
Now EG says, yeah, let's
You
push
want
down.
to play? Let's play.
It's Boostio leading the charge. 2 players close garage as well. A little bit of
tell they're-
overlap here, because Boostio's all the way down there, and they're close garage. He's cleared that angle already. And he doesn't even have a TP. Is it right on top of him? No. I already recalled it. So it's a bit odd from EG here, I'd say.
You can tell it almost looked like Ye was expecting
I
some of
have
this
the spike.
aggression through garage. Well, he was almost right. Thinking, yep, that knife's going to spot him. Yep, now they know. The pop flash, they want to swing out.
Gotta be careful with the re-aggro there from garage. What a shot from Finesse.
Very well done, and the Nightfall comes through and doesn't find very much. Ye's able to get 2 with the Tour de Force.
I have the spike.
They do know where Boostio is as well. Meanwhile, they've
Nice.
taken A. All they've got to do is get Ye across.
Lucio's been sitting there all around.
At nightfall, though.
One enemy remaining.
Hello. That is the most toxic thing I've ever heard from an agent. You were sitting there all around, though. You're right. We did see the idea, though, from EG to have those players
10
close
seconds
garage,
left.
have Boostio a really close window.
Spike.
At any point where there's sound, they use the Nightfall, and Boostio pushes fast. Could have been so cool.
Thing is, Tom's angle here, they do have an idea. They had a rough idea. Calm was able to take 2 with him, but ultimately Optic are going to win out the round. As they get to 5, and EG really kind of continuing some of the struggles that we saw on Breeze, namely their lack of really finding any sort of traction, right? They look lost again.
Oh, I didn't even realize Finesse didn't even spot Lucio in the first place. So it is a surprise from him. Either way, EG, yeah, they've lost the economic, what they had in terms of guns, back down to Eco, and OPTIC looked much cleaner in my mind on this map, handling this situation with the way that Finesse is playing this KO and the close range that he's able to get with this knife. So much information before they actually hit. Right there, they saw 3 players again inside that B side.
And OPTIC just continue to find him. Continue to find him. You see, the Rolling Thunder was used as Calm now flashes to try to swing his way out. The spike still hasn't made its way out of Garage. He's able to take care of Marv, but now with 5 HP, he's not in a position to find much more.
They're gone.
Forms left in this 1v2, and yeah, you're right, they're gone. They're out of there.
They're all ahead when they're pushing back in towards C there. After the initial trade comes out from Apoth and Marved. Everybody else is ahead of that Rolling Thunder from Calm, from EG. So really, the only value he got was for himself, unfortunately. They're walking into a crossfire. It's looking dire. And this isn't even the half that OPTIC is. I mean, they're great overall, don't get me wrong. But they have been really great defensively. And EG just took out one of the best defensive teams that we've had this stage in Ghost. So, moving on to the second half, if they don't start getting rolling right now, even catching up and tying at this point.
That seems so out of reach.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But perhaps this is where they do it, right? E.g., Potter calls a timeout.
Yep. Walk me
Maybe
through
they
it.
find some of the tendencies. I don't know that I can. I think what's difficult too is that the only tendency the only like large tendency I think we've seen out from OPTIC is that they don't fully commit to a hit. Right? Like we've seen them a couple times dump a lot of utility, threaten that they're going to go to a site and then flip the map once they have some advantage, once they get some kills. Other than that, they've shown versatility in how they like to hit A, B, C. Like they're showing they can do it all.
Yeah, and I think you are getting at something there, which is EG is spending so much utility early. And Reformed Fade, you don't get another chance to the C's, right? You've got to get that off.
Yeah.
And have value out of it. So the fact that EG is using all this utility, that's what they need to fix. The problem is, when they don't go for that sort of thing, what's going to happen, right? They're just going to get mowed over with the amount of stuff that's getting thrown at them by OPTIC. No misdirection here, though, going straight for this A execute.
Lucio's been pushed off an angle twice in this round. You saw him off of A, long right at the beginning, and then as he tries to flee away, he's taken care of. Finesse is going to get the spike down. They do have the Cosmic Divide in the hands of Apoth. Perhaps that's a window to make something happen, but look at this. You've got one, you're not expecting the other, right? Marv's already been taken care of, or Marv's already out, but Victor's still there. Yeah, they're not expecting it. My goodness, it was a trap. It was a brutal one. And EG unawares of what's before them. As OPTIC could get to 7, a 6-round lead. This is clinical.
Super clinical. You mentioned how Busio is getting pushed off that angle twice. Then even when Jaw is trying to hold space in defender spawn for his teammates to get off that Astral Wall, to get off the C's, to get off a haunt, those types of things, they're getting pushed, and the Boompot can't do enough. Jaw is struggling to find any sort of anything. 1 in 7, just like the scoreline.
Maybe something here with the showstopper. Maybe. Light buyout from EG, 2 stingers. And that's it, really. Scraping the bottom of the barrel here for this buy.
And still,
got Bustio up a little bit. He's tucked into Cubby.
I'm also looking at Jaw here with the showstopper possible. They'll re-clear. There you go. Prowler actually clears back on long, and they can start this rotate. But look at this. They just used the Cosmic Divide, but no movement. They're waiting to see, is there going to be something like this from Bustio? They're just baiting everything out that EG can do, but here actually, this is dangerous. There's only 2 players to defend. They're baiting the plant.
Yeah, the knife, the Roomba, and that was all off of the Haunt being shot, right? They couldn't hear anything because they were on the other side of the Cosmic Divide. That was enough of a clue for them to dump a bit of utility. How many times have we seen EG members get shot in the back?
Yep.
Too many to count. Now the spike's down again on C.
Another plan for Optic. Another time where EG looks like they have no answer here.
And another no command up from Finesse. They've been prioritizing that ultimate. He's playing in the smoke. There's the showstopper. He's able to take care of one.
Enemy remaining.
That's all it's going to be. Now, Com's left in this 1v2, but this time's not on his side. Upgrade a weapon, try to get away, but...
Standing.
Oh, well. He's able to do that.
No time, no.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be.
Still good performance. Eco situation. And only 2 bullets in this. He's going to go for the kill, but Finesse is... Oh! Woo! Close. Good idea from Com, though. And we've seen EG with some cheeky spams before. But we're going now into the gun round, and this is where the issue has stemmed all series long. They still have not won a gun round, Doug. Still have not won a full gun round. And they've let Optic plant every single round except for the bonus, where they shut down that push on A. Or on C, sorry. C's nade, but we saw this story before. Actually, it's a Prowler down short. That actually does deny Victor.
Scout destroyed.
He's running backwards with the flash. It's so good here.
Yep. Rolling Thunder comes through to take the space back, and you see Reformed who's wanting to push forward. He's got the Haunt. He's able to work his way into main. They're finding the kills that they need. They're finding some space to work with. But the thing is, if Crashies can get out... now he's in a 1v4. I was going to say Finesse had taken some space in the garage.
And they know exactly where he is with that.
Yeah.
C's.
Not expecting Com there. As Com gets 3 on the round, EG gets to 2.
There we go. First gun round on the board for EG, and it's one where Com has to use the Rolling Thunder after they force Victor to go down this A long position to get flashed in. And he does do good for it, but the response. Look how he is. He's stunned up. Com trades, instantly ults. And he's just running it up to try to find anything. AT beat out of the situation. Marv was trying to put a smoke down for himself, but he put it too deep. And the patented Optic timeout. Up 8-2, you lose the first round. And you go for the timeout to just regroup, make sure nothing is being missed.
Yeah, they throw the brakes on that thing almost instantly. You almost wonder what it is, what kind of discussion's going on there. Hope to be a fly on the wall because, again, it's been so dominant. Ball, you mentioned it. EG have just won their first gun round of the series.
Yep.
Right, and we're in map 2. We're near the end of the first half of map 2, so things haven't gone very well for EG at all. It's not like Optic have to make very many adjustments at this point.
Yeah, they can stick with the way that they've been playing, to be honest. I think in that last round, specifically, instances don't necessarily go in the direction that they're hoping for. I do like the adjustment from EG that they've made since their timeout, since Potter called that, which has been leave Com here with Jaw, right? Make sure that he can be traded. Going back towards the C split, but it's just a feint. Look at the spike. It's already rotating back. No utility spent from EG to hold on to this. So this is, even though they lost garage control, a good start.
They did reform Juju's 1 Prowler into short, and it looked like they wanted a challenge for that. Fault line was used, the aftershock as well from Com, so they dumped a little bit into fighting for a main. Oh, yay, on the challenge. He's not able to shot, drops away, but once again, we see Optic taking care of a member of EG, running away. Com falls.
And rotating all the way back. Boostio's going to hear this. He already does. Good angle
He's
from
sandwiched.
him. Is there a knife from Finesse? No, it's all the way back side. So, a double!
Oh, he got a collat!
Down, C.
Oh, that's exactly what EG needed. and he was in a world of hurt. They didn't have window control. They were barreling down
One
C long,
enemy
but he manages to get away and get the kills that he needs. And all of a sudden, Ye finds himself in a 1v4, which we haven't said really at all this series. And he falls. Boostio with 3 on the round with 2 bullets as EG get to 3.
Last round in the half.
And that was clean. We talked about how they didn't spend anything to hold on to the space that they wanted to, and that double was the nail in the coffin. Marv's not in a position to actually trade back the TP.
What is that hit on Victor?
Don't question
Her
it.
hair.
Don't question it.
I guess.
There.
Last round of the first half here on Haven. EG seemed to have found some footing. They've won the last rounds. This is the first time we've seen Senator Palpatine try to find some space here. You see Victor pushing forward. Not finding anything quite yet. Just on the other side, there it is. He's able to get one. And just like that, they thought there was some room for EG.
Why is
Jogamo falls apart. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. We're gonna go to a break. We'll be right back.
Switching sides.
It's a dire situation for EG, but not completely hopeless. 9-3 is the score, and Doug, you talked about it yesterday. You put me on the spot. And you know what? I'll stick with my guns. The 9-3 curse does not exist, and I feel very comfortable saying that.
Bro, surely it doesn't exist here, right? Like, it's just been so dominant this entire series that this has to be where the conversation of the curse dies.
See, that's exactly what 9-3 curse believers
that's what
say,
they want.
Right? Selective with their sample size. Well, either way, OPTIC now on the defensive side, and we saw what they did on Breeze. It was utter domination on so many levels. But this is where I think things will get interesting, because I don't think Victor has the same support that he has on A-Long without this breach on this side.
But it may not have mattered. He almost got caught with that gravity wall too, but he's able to teleport away. Jogamo and the rest of EG have taken some space B. They try to push their fight out towards A-Link. That's exactly what they're going to do. You see the Trailblazer and the Prowler passing right by each other, and Ye gets 2.
There's a Collat revenge.
They've got to be careful here because OPTIC are coming fast, man. The flurry with which they retake sites is so devastating. Comms left alone in this 1v4. The one benefit is they don't know where he is, but now the position's been given up. And they clean him up as Finesse gets infused. OPTIC get to 10.
Make it 2 pistol rounds, 1 on this map for OPTIC.
And 3 of 4 in the series, yeah.
3 of 4 on the series, exactly. We talked about the win condition for EG, and unfortunately, one of them is completely missing. Well, actually, I'm...
More than one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the scoreboard right now is telling some of the other missing win conditions. And that is interesting because EG is historically so good on pistol rounds. And this is the first time they've lost both in a map. This entire stage.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Got a little bit of force, a little something coming out of EG. You've got a Spectre, a Stinger. I missed what Jogamo had. He's dead.
Desperation is what he had. He took it to the grave with him too.
Yeah, it didn't amount for much. See Khan with the spike just on the other side of garage. They haven't taken very much space anywhere else on the map. Gonna test the waters A-Long. Nothing spotted. Except for that.
Just boost here though. And it is calling the rotates over. Mark has put a star to help Crashes in this situation, assist him when they do pop out here. You could play on so many different angles.
Roll!
Just jumping, man. Poor guy. Mark is out on the site.
Yoinked out of the sky. Mark playing into smoke is able to take care of Reform. Swings out, tries to find another. The clip runs dry, and ultimately he's met with his demise. And of course, Victor dashing around. Wouldn't be Neon if we didn't see things like that. Victor gets 4 on the round. OPTIC are going to get to 11.
I don't think even I was like sitting there wondering, like, okay, EG's doing great. Booster just hit that shot. But the entire time, that was them almost taking out another Thrifty against OPTIC here. I mean, Victor goes for a hero play by dashing with the Spectre out of that smoke in time when the planter is occupied planting the spike. So he's able to have just isolated fights, running gunning with the Spectre. But they're only able to invest back 2 Vandals in this situation. No bonus available for OPTIC. But also the force that happened last round for EG is not leaving them with many options either. And they'll use their final timeout to try to claw something together.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how OPTIC choose to play this. Victor is 1 point away from having his ult. So perhaps they try to prioritize the orb down a long to Victor and then get him the ult, drop the Vandal, because I want to say he was one of the ones holding the 2 Vandals, or holding one of the 2 Vandals. So we'll see how they choose to play this out. EG call a timeout as they feel time running out.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised as well. No, he doesn't have the ult online. Thought he might have overdrive.
No, he's 1 point away from it.
Yeah. And there's really not even much to talk about at this point. The fact that OPTIC is right close to match point, EG obviously doesn't want to let them get even to overtime points. They haven't seen much, right? All they've seen is Victor dashing through them, through smokes at them.
Yeah. And good luck countering that.
Well, he has a Vandal this time, so not as effective. But you're right. As soon as he gets 1 kill, 1 orb, something. Just completely denies the drone utility here.
Yeah, the Roomba, the Prowler, nothing, man. And then the Flash to make sure they don't take the space at all. Such good denial out from OPTIC.
And that was what EG was missing on their own defensive side, right? The utility was used, but OPTIC was always a step further. So it was never denying anything. Second Prowler out as well to clear down short. Doesn't see anybody aggroed, and he did that from quite a ways away, so this team still spread towards the B side, towards the C side. But instantly again, there's a response from OPTIC. It's a dog down short and a flash down long. So the rotate that was coming over, Victor was walking over, Finesse was walking over, is immediately back towards their old jobs. 35 seconds. EG has just wiped the clock down because OPTIC's responses are so
30
good.
seconds left.
I mean, Crashy single-handedly cleared all of A main in that moment, and now that's exactly where EG are heading right back. Calm with the fault line. I don't think it's going to tag anyone. There's no one on site. Haunt's there.
Marv has pushed down C, and the rotate is literally here already before the plant.
10 seconds left.
Victor dashes through. You said it might not be as effective. It seems to net the same results. He's got that ultimate online, 46 HP, no armor to his name. Smoke keeping him alive, at least for now, as the spams come through. Finesse looking to get Froggy, wanting to swing around. It's actually Ye who gets 2 there, and Apos is going to have to hold things back on his own. It's not happening this time. OPTIC gets to 12 as Finesse gets a defuse.
Clean retake and clean read of the round. Making OPTIC in general look so masterful in their understanding of how EG's playing this.
Things that would work.
Everything they threw was denied. We talked about the Prowler, the Boombot in Garage. We talked about the second Prowler down sewers. And then this shot as well. As soon as Victor gets that kill on Boostio, they wait a couple seconds, see are they actually walking up B with him, and then Marv aggroes down C long. With no noise heard from him, he's comfortable making that play.
They are so dead.
And they get all the information. There's no trademark available. And the flank didn't even need to happen, but that was also fail-safe for OPTIC in the case that that hit doesn't go as well. Look at this nade lineup. Going to be used to get Victor and Crashies. A lot of space up towards long end.
The double satchel through, but Victor shows that he can play just as fast. Jogamos has gotten an opener, which is great.
So cool for him to punish on the backside.
Oh, Jogamo had no idea. The space that he had taken ended up being his demise. Crashy's waiting for the flank out. The swing out from Reformed. It's not going to find any value. Perhaps the Rolling Thunder will as they try to swing out with it, but it's a no way. The rematch record remains unblemished as this in O as OPTIC 2-0 EG, and that was ugly. That was ugly.
Brutal. Yep. Just brutal. It was ugly on the side. Oh, actually, no. To be honest, like let's take that a step back. It wasn't ugly on the side of EG. It was just brilliant from OPTIC, right? So beautiful is what I would say to watch this, but ugly in terms of the devastation that they just brought upon EG.
Yeah, man, they put the hurt on him. They whooped him. They whooped him bad. None of the win conditions were there on the side of EG, and, you know, we touched on it a couple of times. It seems like OPTIC take losses personally. In rematches, they show up with a little extra oomph, and that extra oomph netted them. That's got to be the most dominant match we've probably seen this stage, right?
Yeah. Oh, probably, at least in playoffs as well. I think EG Ghost was pretty good as well. But yeah, for sure. And they net themselves a match against XSET for a trip to Copenhagen. And this is a team that, in my mind, OPTIC has always been good at. They're 5-2 against XSET, so they're feeling really comfortable right now going to Copenhagen. I think actually 5-1 when you take out the seeding games as well. So this is a strong OPTIC, and everybody's on notice right now in NA.
Well, OPTIC continue their tirade internationally. They do it domestically. They take care of EG, and they set their sights towards the next bout against XSET. We are going to go to a break, friends. When we return, the desk breaks down what we just saw. Good luck, friends.
Welcome back, everyone, one last time to the VCT North American Stage 2 playoffs, where we had just about the fastest series that we've had in the playoffs thus far. I think there was a lot of anticipation behind what the series might bring us, and my God, Riv, was it one-sided?
It was. I have
Oh, Riv, no. We go through the entire day.
Turn my mic
And
off.
then you're just
He
censored.
turned my mic off.
was
So
me.
yeah,
That was
what
me, guys.
I said, and I'm going to repeat it because it's just as cringe, is I'm not sure what compound OPTIC used in the green wall. It was impenetrable today. And I actually want to start off with the videos. Just as fast as Victor started off in this game, we see him on that neon going into Haven, going so fast everywhere he could, into shore, into long, into garage, and we'll see it in a bit, but the way that they controlled that map of Haven to take it so cleanly was because you're basically educating yourself on what EG's doing every round. All the utility behind him was able to keep him safe, and he continuously pressures long, then into garage. This is the rip off every round. Victor did not stop, and he's like, what can I find next? What info can I give you?
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you're playing against this raid phase composition. You can see there, Neon just skirts straight past all that utility, or they're sprinting into garage somewhere else. And the guesswork from EG just isn't quite there, so the utility isn't connecting. Again, Victor is past it. He's concussing an Opper and still unfearing. This is sort of what I was looking forward to, is like, OPTIC, if they read that there's going to be the raid phase on the other side, let's bring back the Neon, because it hasn't been since Masters in last stage that OPTIC had played the Neon. They'd adopted the Fade Rays themselves, but just like they did in Stage 1 and in Masters, it looked very, very good.
Well, we're going to go ahead and pull up the Prime Gaming post-match highlights and just take a step back and look at the series as a whole. We did some work focusing on Victor's amazing Neon play on that last map, but overall, I think it's safe to say that OPTIC just did not give EG any room to breathe at all.
They didn't. I was kind of eating crow off of what I said they might do, is like EG is going to come out with this door-bashing composition in the second map, and OPTIC continued to play their game. We saw them completely take control and really not give an inch to what Evil Geniuses wanted to do. I don't think EG could have prepped for that at all today.
Yeah, you know, this series was a far cry from what we saw in the regular stage, right? We saw EG taking the 2-1. We saw a completely different map pool. Like Bind was going to be the only repeat map, and we never got there because we had the 2-0 coming in for OPTIC. So I think they took a lot of learnings here, and as they are on their quest to lift a domestic trophy, they had to take down the only team that could beat them in the regular season. Now they head to the upper finals. They're guaranteed top 3. They win that series, they're headed to Copenhagen.
Then you got to be, I think everybody's aware now that OPTIC is going to come out this strong in their matches, right? We have seen them sit back a little bit. Ye himself, after Reykjavik on June 3rd, tweeted out something like, "This, since I joined this lineup, I've been playing the worst I have ever played." And that, like, what, man? Really? So you can see just why they are so consistent. They hold themselves to such a high regard, so much pressure on their own shoulders, that I think this is an OPTIC that's going to stay with this intensity throughout the rest of the tournament. He's got to be ready.
Well, when you're on the top, the standards rise with you. But for now, thank you very much, gentlemen. It is time for our Verizon post-match interview. So as we get ready for that, we are going to be bringing on Marv from the side of OPTIC to hear his thoughts after an incredible series, a very dominant one, where we saw them take down Evil Geniuses in very convincing fashion. Marv, it's a pleasure to have you on the broadcast again. What a dominant win from OPTIC Gaming. It was just so fast. It was over before we knew it. And my first question for you, is really just you're back in the upper bracket final. This is back-to-back upper bracket finals on the side of OPTIC Gaming. We saw that the other teams from Stage 1 who were in the top 3 are completely out of the playoffs. How does it feel to be not only the only remaining team from the top 3 still in it, but killing it in convincing fashion?
I would say we're happy, but we kind of expected this. I feel like after these tournaments in Europe and all the practice we got in Europe, we kind of elevated our game, and we're not really afraid of any opponent anymore. So yeah, it feels good, but I can't say we didn't see it coming.
It's amazing to hear, and I know that the last time you guys played Evil Geniuses, they were the only team this entire stage and Stage 2 to take a win off of you guys. So headed into this match, I'm sure the desire to get revenge was quite intense. What was the preparation work like?
So I feel like the last match they had a very good anti-strat against us, and they were very prepared for what we do. So I feel like they got the win that way. I'm not going to discredit them because that's still a win in anyone's books. But yeah, this time we came a lot more hungry for revenge, and we made sure that our comps are set, and it was very hard to anti. We try to be unreadable, so yeah, I guess it worked out today.
Unreadable indeed, because we saw Victor pull out that Jet, and he has not played Jet since December 2020. So talk to us a little bit about why that decision was made.
I feel like Victor is just a really good entry player in general, so I feel like our team wanted him on an entry agent, so Jet's a really good agent for him. We had FNS on the Viper and me on the KO, and I just feel like it works out. I mean, we all could play different agents, and it's not really a problem, so yeah.
I know one of the takeaways from the last time you played Evil Geniuses as well was that the pistol rounds went something like 5-6 in their favor. Was that a focal point for you and the team at all in preparation for this rematch?
Definitely was. We had a lot more set pistol rounds this time, and we kind of went over these pistol rounds already, so we're kind of ready for these early rounds. Losing 5-6 pistols is not good, so yeah, we make it really hard on ourselves. So this match, we wanted to win a couple more, and looks like we did.
Well, now you're looking incredibly solid and headed back into that upper bracket final where you will be facing XSET. And XSET have also been looking incredibly solid, looking really dominant today in their win against 100 Thieves. So what are your thoughts on XSET and sort of the improvement they continue to show as well?
Oh, they look good, as always. I mean, yeah, it's always going to be a great match against them. Last time we beat them in 3 maps, so we're always ready to play those guys. I mean, they're good, but yeah, we're always going to be ready.
Sounds good. Love to hear the confidence, and thank you so much, Marv, for taking the time for this interview. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate it.
And that will be it for our Verizon post-match interview. Let's go ahead and bring the boys back on.
The boys are back in town.
The boys are indeed back with their microphones on, hot and ready to wrap up the show. It's been an incredible day of some amazing games. Just before we start diving into our aim lab flick of the day, I think one thing that you can absolutely take away from both that XSET interview as well as this most recent one with Marv is how incredibly confident they sound.
Yeah, no, I love hearing the confidence, and I think that's always something you're gonna have with OPTIC coming back after you lift to the Masters Trophy. Like, they expect to get #1, but they still have to put in the work and get there. And I caught one thing in the interview, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but he said this thing about setting the comps coming into this week. Because throughout Stage 2, they've been changing comps week on week on week, and I'm wondering if this is going to be like playoffs long for them, if next week we see a similar thing, because with a win, they only have to play the one series this weekend. Next week, they'll have to play at least 2.
And that extended to making sure we couldn't be anti-stratted, making sure they couldn't focus on what we were doing or find out. I mean, if you're always running into the team, they're reacting. So, yeah, they did a really good job of preventing EG from any of the anti.
Definitely all the praise goes to the side of XSET as well as OPTIC Gaming for the victories that we saw today. But we need to give another shout out to a player from the side of 100 Thieves because Will had an absolute amazing play for the aim lab flick of the day under.
Yeah, I want to check this one out right here. We had a lot of good stuff. I actually think this one is from Bang over on Icebox with the 3K. We'll have some good moments too. I'll give you that, but he goes left, right, left, back again over to the right. Not quite 5K material. That was like a week 5 of stage 2 sort of deal. well. But here, just quickly, I mean, everyone knows where he is, and he's still locking on hits.
And look at the mini-map, right? This isn't a place that you're going to expect the Viper to be playing. That's where she puts the one-way on the end of the tube or the crate, and you sit back and you wait for people to enter the site. So Bang's just putting himself up on the front line, and that was a gun round. There wasn't an eco he was trying to anti.
Look, I'm going to say it, not a crazy day for Flicks, but that was a solid play.
Well, it was good to see
Steady.
that coming out from 100 Thieves because, of course, they did lose today, but they are not out by any stretch of the word. We do have the playoff bracket, the updated one, ready for y'all watching at home. So let's go ahead and take a look at the updated bracket so we can see what the heck are we left with, who are we going to be seeing in that upper bracket final, and what kinds of matches do we have going down south. In that upper bracket final, of course, as we mentioned, it'll be Exet taking on OPTIC Gaming, and in that lower half, we will be seeing FaZe taking on 100 Thieves and Energy taking on Evil Geniuses. Riv, coming into today, were these the matches you would have expected?
Absolutely not. I actually thought we were going to I still see EG come out with this powerhouse, but I'm very happy to see OPTIC has righted the ship, right? You don't want one to go too far down when they're the top echelon right now of your region. So to see those match up, maybe we get that rivalry once again. They have a series on each other, but will it be a finals? And then FaZe 100 Thieves. FaZe is so aggressive. I think that's been the name of the last few days in play. Can 100 Thieves step up to that?
Yeah, I mean, that is a spicy rematch.
Absolutely.
And we already heard, like, 100 Thieves say, yeah, it's really hard to prep against FaZe, because, like, you never know where they're going to be coming from. So that's going to be really cool one to see just 2 days after they had a full 3-map series go against FaZe's way at the very end there. But NRG versus Evil Geniuses too, right? NRG just took down a really brains-heavy team in Ghost Gaming. Can they do it again against EG? I don't think so, but I think NRG are going to be underdogs in every match they play for the rest of this playoffs.
That's a great point. I was going to say, if they can beat it, then they have some wind under their wings to maybe surprise some more teams after they take down EG, but it's going to be a hell of a battle for Energy.
Well, there's no doubt that we have a stacked schedule of matches headed for tomorrow. The playoffs continues tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to tune in then. But for now, that will be it for day number 3 here at the VCT North American Playoffs. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll catch you then.
How hard can you go? How hard can you go? Go. How hard can you go? How hard can you go? Go. How hard can you? How hard can you? How hard can you? How hard can you go? Go. How hard can you go when the beat drop? How hard can you go? How hard can you go? Go. How hard can you go?